warm, gentle, and storytelling tone. Hello, little dreamers, and welcome to our story corner. Are you all tucked in and ready for a brand new adventure? Today, we're going to fly into a sunny meadow and meet a very special little honeybee. Her name is Buzzily, and she's the bravest bee you'll ever meet. In a cozy little hive nestled among wildflowers lived Buzzily with her 3 tiny baby bees. They were her whole world. Every morning she would wake them with a gentle hum and watch them wiggle their tiny antennae. Life was sweet, just like the honey they loved. One morning, something changed. The bright sunny sky began to turn a gloomy gray. Big dark clouds rolled in, like giant cotton balls that had soaked up too much ink. A cool wind whispered through the meadow, making the flowers and leaves dance nervously. Buzzily felt a shiver, not from the cold, but from a feeling that something was about to happen. Suddenly, plink plonk plink. The first drops of rain began to fall. Soon it was a downpour. The cozy little hive began to shake and sway in the gusting wind. Inside, the 3 tiny baby bees huddled together, their big eyes wide with fear. They looked up at their mother, their little tummies rumbling. They were hungry, and the storm was scaring them. Buzzily's heart ached seeing her babies so frightened. She knew what she had to do. The nectar stores were running low, and her little ones needed to eat. She had to go out there, into the storm, to find food for her family. A mother's love is a powerful thing, stronger than any storm. Taking a deep breath, Buzzily gave her babies a reassuring buzz. "Don't you worry, my sweeties," she hummed softly. "Mama will be back soon with a delicious treat." She peeked outside. The rain was coming down in sheets and the wind howled like a hungry wolf. It was a scary sight, even for a brave bee like Buzzily. But thinking of her hungry babies gave her all the courage she needed. With a determined buzz, Buzzily flew out of the hive and straight into the heart of the storm. Whoosh! A strong gust of wind pushed her backward, and a giant raindrop splashed against her delicate wing, making her tumble in the air. For a moment she felt like giving up. It seemed impossible. But then she pictured her 3 little ones, waiting for her, and she knew she couldn't. She had to keep going. She flew lower to the ground, trying to stay beneath the strongest winds. The world was a blur of gray and green. She spotted a large, sturdy leaf and quickly dove underneath it for a moment's rest. As she caught her breath, she saw a flicker of color nearby. A beautiful monarch butterfly was stuck in the mud, its vibrant wings heavy and soiled. It struggled to break free, but it was no use. Buzzily knew she was on an urgent mission, but she couldn't just leave the poor butterfly there. Her heart was as big as her courage. She flew down and buzzed encouragement. "Hold on, I'll help you," she chirped. Buzzily landed carefully on a dry patch and began to push with all her might against a small twig near the butterfly's wing. It was hard work, but together, they managed to pry the wing free from the sticky mud. The butterfly gratefully fluttered its wings, shaking off the dirt. "Thank you, little bee, you saved me," it said. "Be careful out there." Buzzily just nodded with a smile and flew back into the rain. Helping someone else had made her feel even stronger. She pressed on, her tiny wings beating against the relentless wind and rain. The journey was tiring, and she was starting to feel weak. Just when she thought she might have to turn back empty-handed, she saw it. Through the misty rain, a splash of brilliant yellow. It was a single, magnificent sunflower, standing tall and proud, its face turned up as if to challenge the storm itself. What a miracle! Most flowers had closed their petals to hide from the rain, but this one was wide open, offering its precious nectar. But Buzzily's heart filled with hope. She landed gently on the flower's center. Droplets of water clung to her fuzzy body and her wings trembled with exhaustion, but she didn't mind. She had found what she was looking for. Carefully, she began to gather the sweet, golden nectar. She worked quickly, knowing she had to get back to her babies. As she filled her nectar pouch, a bright flash of lightning lit up the sky, followed by a loud clap of thunder that seemed to shake the whole meadow. Boom! Buzzily jumped, startled, but she held on tight. She thought of her hive, her family, and it gave her strength. With her precious cargo secured, she began the difficult flight home. The storm was even fiercer now. The wind pushed and pulled her, and the thunder rumbled all around. It felt like the whole world was trying to stop her. But Buzzily was a mother on a mission. She dodged raindrops like a tiny acrobat and flew with a determination that came straight from her heart. Every beat of her wings was a promise to her children. Finally, through the gray curtain of rain, she saw it, her cozy little hive, swaying but still standing strong. A surge of relief and joy washed over her. She was almost home. She flew through the entrance, soaked and exhausted, but with a triumphant smile on her face. "Mama!" Her 3 baby bees buzzed with delight. They rushed to her, snuggling close and wrapping their tiny legs around her. They didn't care that she was dripping wet. They were just so happy to have her back, safe and sound. Buzzily lovingly shared the sweet nectar she had worked so hard to bring them. The babies drank it all up, their hunger and fear melting away with every delicious drop. As they ate, a magical thing happened outside. The rain began to soften, the dark clouds started to part, and a sliver of sunlight peeked through. Soon the storm was over. The sun shone brightly again, making the wet meadow sparkle like it was covered in diamonds. And then, stretching across the clear blue sky, was a beautiful, brilliant rainbow, a vibrant arch of color. Buzzily and her babies came to the entrance of their hive to watch it. Cuddled together, warm and full, they watched the rainbow glow. Buzzily knew she would never forget her journey through the storm. It had been scary, but it had shown her just how strong she could be when she was filled with love for her family. And so, our story ends with a very important lesson, little ones. Remember Buzzily, the little bee with the big heart. Her story teaches us that even small wings can do big things when they are full of love. No matter how small you feel, your love and courage can make you strong enough to face any storm. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful adventure. I hope you have the sweetest of dreams, filled with brave little bees and beautiful rainbows. If you enjoyed our story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tales. Good night, sleep tight, and see you next time.